Hi guys, it's Adam and welcome to Thursday Talks episode 29. I've got quite a few questions today, so excuse me if I am being a little bit blunt with the questions, but I do want to get through them. I want to get this done within 15 minutes because of course I've got to get this edited and uploaded today. So yeah, I'll just go head straight into it. There are a couple of questions I will go into depth on, but some of them I will be very blunt and quite, sort of sharp with my answers. So Retro Boot Disc asks, do I ever sell at car boots? The answer to that one is yes. I sell failed purchases and I sell really sticky stock at car boots. Daniel Lopez asks, do you use Royal Mail? Do you use other couriers? Do you use couriers other than Royal Mail? That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I do. I use Hermes. And I use UPS. UPS is just for FBA shipments. Hermes is for larger items or heavier items. He also asks, is it a good idea to do free postage? I would say no. I have been charging postage for about 5-6 months now, and I charge $2.99 on something that's going to cost me $2.80. Now there's a little bit of leeway there. Now obviously eBay charges fees for if you're charging postage, and also that accounts for a little bit of packaging cost, and that's what a lot of people forget. When they're charging free postage, they forget that they've got packaging costs. Maybe they don't, maybe some people don't have packaging costs, and in that case that's fine, but a lot of people do have packaging costs, and people forget when they charge free postage, they forget to add not only the cost of postage on, but that little bit extra to filter down into the packaging costs, because then that helps to buy your packaging in the future, and you've got that little bit of money back for your packaging. So yeah, that's what I do. I charge $2.99 on a $2.80 cost for postage, and it helps with the fees and maybe a little bit of packaging. So yeah, that's that one. And have I lost money on any items? Well, isn't that a question that every reseller could probably answer yes? And if they do not answer yes, I think they're either a very extraordinary reseller or someone who's making up the answer. Yeah, I think every reseller must have lost money on one item, whether that be from ending up dumping the stock, because it's just not worth selling, because it's sticky stock or something, whether that be I don't know, maybe postage cost, you've buggered up the postage cost like I did with the Trivial Pursuit. But I have lost a fair bit on certain items, not from selling them at a loss, but from obviously writing them off. I would say probably over my 12 months, probably about 30 quid, something like that. I mean, the Trivial Pursuit I made the biggest loss on, and that was just a rookie mistake. Most of the money I've lost came from things that I've wrote off that were from when I first started reselling, and I just wrote them off and sent them on the way to a charity shop, and also like bits and bobs I sold when I was selling very, very beginning, and as I say, like the Trivial Pursuit, I lost money on that. But nowadays I really try to pick up good items, and I don't lose money on stuff like that. And even if I do, it's like I sell it at cost, or I make like a very, very small loss. But yeah, I mean, in the last 2 months I can't think of an item that I picked up that I won't make money on or that I haven't made money on. So yeah, anyway, that's that one. Reseller Robert asks, do I clean items that I've sold that have maybe been left on the shelf a while, so sat on the shelf? Lego baseboards, they get dusty on the shelf, so I'll just dust them off. I use like an antibacterial wipe and wipe them off there, and then that helps get into all the nooks and crannies of the studs. So I do that, yeah, but I don't do it on any other items. I mean, say that VHS there stays there for a while, I might dust off the top, but that's about it. Most things you're alright not to be honest. And I thought that was an excellent question, really something to think about as well, because you want your items to get to your customer in the, as described, in the best possible shape. So yeah, I mean, it'll definitely make me think twice, because maybe in the past I have sent something out that may have a little bit of dust on. I don't know. I mean, hopefully I haven't, but you never know, because sometimes you need to give things a second once over. So yeah, anyway, that was a great question. And Peter Stride asks, do I drive? The answer is yes. He also asks, do I use my vehicle for business pickups? And yes, again. And do I have business insurance? And now the answer is yes to that. It didn't used to be, but it is now. The answer, also just to go into a little bit of depth on this one. Yeah, I basically drive. I'm not too keen on driving. I mean, it's okay and everything, but I'm not one of them people who lowers the suspension on the car and puts like illegal LEDs on it, or all this sort of stuff or whatever. But yeah, I'm not too big into driving and all that. So I mean, a lot of the time when I'm going to charity shops, I will just tag along with my mum, and then she'll just drive anyway. There are quite a few occasions in the week where I end up driving myself. But also, I wanted to mention, I have cerebral palsy on the left side. I'm sure loads of people will be aware. And I use a steering wheel adaptation. When I was learning to drive, it took me 1 year and 2 months, which, isn't that long, because I know other people who are perfectly healthy and took that long. So, I wasn't bothered it took that long, but it was an emotional roller coaster, really. So yeah, I mean, I use this adaptation, and I was learning to drive, and my driving instructor thought, he wasn't too sure whether I'd be able to use the wheel very well. Turns out, after a few weeks of lessons, I really wasn't doing the wheel correctly. This left hand wasn't doing it very well. It wouldn't turn. I mean, even there you can see it's going off a little bit. I just don't have that movement, of turning it round like a wheel, So anyway, we settled on a steering wheel ball, which is a ball that lorry drivers use, and you just go around there and go around there. You use it with one hand, and it's a ball that affixes to a little, sort of quite a strong clip, and then that hooks over your wheel. Sort of, it's quite hard to explain. And then obviously you can go round with one hand, right hand here. But then we realised later on in my lessons that I was starting to get a little bit weak with this hand at doing the indicators. I wasn't really very good at it. And I was trying to concentrate on doing the ball, and I was going round and roundabout, and then I was trying to click down with this finger, and obviously this hand, the tendons in it are stiff, and it's not very strong anyway, so I couldn't really actually flick the indicator down very well while I was turning and looking and doing my checks in my mirror while roundabouts and stuff. So yeah, my driving instructor said, look, what we'll do is I'll give you this lollipop ball, and we'll try that in the car. So we tried that, and lo and behold, fantastic. The only problem was it is extremely expensive. Extremely expensive in what I regard expensive. Other people won't regard this is expensive, but it was getting on for $1,000. So extremely expensive in my opinion. I don't know whether that counts as extremely expensive in your opinion, but yeah, it wasn't. That was the big shock, but there was nothing I could do. I had to be able to pass. I had to do that. So yeah, I managed to get that. I managed to obviously use that correctly and all that sort of stuff. I managed to pass, and then I had to obviously buy that. So my mum and dad put a bit of money towards it as well, and of course I was working at the auction house back then, and I put money towards it. I think some of it came out of my savings as well. So yeah, I mean, just something you have to do, isn't it, really? So the next time I get it fitted to my new car, well, if I get a new car in the future, it won't actually cost £1,000. the reason it cost £1,000 was to get it integrated with the Bluetooth of the car. Now, when I get a new car or even a van, because I am thinking of maybe getting a van in a few years, if I'm still reselling, I won't need to. It's not basically the engineer who's doing it or whatever said it won't be as costly to integrate it with the new car because you've already got the basic device. I don't know the engineering of it. I don't know the technical side of it, but basically he said it's not going to cost, you know, close to £1,000. It'll maybe cost 100 or 200 or whatever. He didn't give a price, but you know, I'm guessing around there because he said it won't cost near as much. So so I'm happy with that. So that's fine. Now I've got the device. That's all good. But I'm stop rambling now because I know what I'm like. So yeah, that's that. Hope you saw the picture. Hope you sort of got a bit of a feel for how I drive and what that's sort of like. I do love the device and it's great for manoeuvres as well. I can get full lock of the steering wheel really fast. Obviously I'm holding it like that, so I can just go boom, boom, boom like that really fast, so it's cool. Although I wouldn't recommend doing that because it is quite dangerous and I don't do that. If there are any like driving inspectors watching or anything, no, I do not do it that fast. Yeah, anyway, so I'll leave it there, guys. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that video. We're not too bad, we're 12 minutes. Sorry about a bit of rambling, but you know, I just wanted to make you aware of my situation and sort of like that. And I think it's quite interesting because it's different from the normal. And you know, when something's different from the norm, people get a lot of interest in it. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So hopefully I did get a chance to throw a photo up. And yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'll leave it there. Thanks for all the questions. Sorry it was a little bit rushed, but I don't want to be editing like a 25-30 minute video, and I don't think you guys really want to be sat there watching me ramble for 30 minutes on random lollipop steering wheel balls and stuff. So yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to tune in to my next video. Bye, guys.